suis heureuse et honorée de recevoir ce matin M. Alain Juppé, le ministre des Affaires étrangères de France. Il est venu à un moment tout particulièrement prometteur, comme vous le savez tous. De nombreux prisonniers de conscience, y compris des dirigeants des nationalités ethniques, les chefs des étudiants de la génération 88 et d'éminents moines ayant participé au mouvement de 2007 viennent d'être libérés. Nous espérons que ces nouveaux développements renforceront le processus de démocratisation et la réconciliation nationale. Une de nos préoccupations principales est d'arriver à la fin des conflits ethniques et à l'obtention d'une solution politique afin de construire une union paisible et démocratique. La France et les autres pays de l'Union européenne nous ont aidés à ces fins depuis de nombreuses années et je ne doute pas que nous continuerons tous à coopérer dans notre effort pour l'établissement des valeurs démocratiques et le respect des droits de l'homme, non seulement en Birmanie, mais partout dans le monde. J'ai dû travailler très dur pour arriver à dire tout cela en français. C'est donc avec soulagement que je laisse la parole à M. Alain Juppé, le ministre.
Madame, je voudrais tout d'abord vous remercier de vous être exprimée en français. Je sais que vous comprenez très bien notre langue, vous la parlez aussi très bien, et j'y vois une marque d'attention qui me touche beaucoup. C'est avec beaucoup d'émotion que je suis aujourd'hui à vos côtés. It is an immense honor to be able to meet Aung San Suu Kyi, who now enjoys freedom of movement and freedom of speech. France will continue to support her fight for the liberty and democracy of the Burmese people. The President of the Republic, Nicolas Sarkozy, entrusted me with a letter that they've just given to Aung San Suu Kyi. She's invited to visit France as soon as she wishes. Like the rest of the international community, we have observed very carefully the positive silence given by President Thein Sein, including recently. And we will respond, France and the EU, positively and in concrete terms to the significant gestures we have been calling for. France welcomes with satisfaction the prospect of the upcoming by-elections on April the 1st. We would like them to be free and fair, of course. It is very positive that though Aung San Suu Kyi and her party may at last participate in elections and that they have decided to take part in them. We also welcome the recent release of 651 political prisoners, including high-profile detainees, which is a very good step in the good direction. And yesterday I had the opportunity to meet two of those prominent detainees. The release of all political prisoners has been on top of our agenda. We are still in the process of assessing the impact of the recent amnesty based on the NLD list we gave to the authorities. We also consider that the Red Cross must have access to prisons. Last but not least, we consider there can be no true national reconciliation without a political resolution of the problem of the participation by ethnic groups in the future of Burma. The recent ceasefire agreement with KNU is a new positive step, but ceasefire agreements must be signed with all ethnic groups. It is a priority. We also ask that the United Nations Agency and NGOs be given access to the population who are victims of armed conflicts. France, as you know, has a long-standing presence in Burma, in particular through the French Institute in Rangoon and the French Center in Mandalay, which are outstanding places for diffusion, expression, and exchanges of ideas. France also plays an important role in the multilateral community of donors, as it is the second contributor to the European Union assistance programs and to the Global Fund to fight AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria. Today, France wishes to support the ongoing movement towards reform and opening in Burma by tripling our bilateral aid to this country, in particular in the following areas: humanitarian and emergency assistance, support to the Burmese civil society, and of course, cultural action. In addition, shortly after my return to France, reflection will be engaged on our economic institutional cooperation and on the possibility for France Development Aid Agency, the AFD, to intervene in our country. Thank you again, Madame, for receiving me, and it will be a great pleasure for me and great honor to give you in the French Embassy in the evening the medal of the Commander of Légion d'honneur, notre plus haute distinction nationale en France. Je crois que pour tous les Français qui nous regarderont grâce aux nombreux journalistes, aux caméras de télévision qui sont ici présentes, ce sera aussi un grand moment de bonheur et d'émotion que de vous voir ainsi honoré par la République française. Merci et encore bravo pour notre admirable combat.
Merci beaucoup.
Any prospects of lifting sanctions in coming annual meeting of the EU?
We discussed this point with Aung San Suu Kyi, and we convened that we have to examine the progress of the democratization process here in Burma, and we will discuss this point with our partners in the EU, and we will lift sanctions step by step at the pace of the progress of democratization and liberalization of the regime here in Burma.
And when do you expect you can travel to France?
Pardon?
I'm not quite sure.
Well, thank you very much. So see you in the evening.
Some politicians and so on, that one should not run for party. And I want to make you understand that you believe in representative, and that's the only kind of democracy that's possible in the modern world. Then you have to work through parliament. And also because I would like to reach out to others who are in the parliament, including members of the army.
Do you find some resistance among your own friends against your involvement?
Oh, I've always found resistance of some kind or the other. Is it probably step by step progress despite think there is any difference between those young people and older people as such with the
Is it risky to participate in the by-election? Some people inside your party say that it's a risky compromise.
Oh no, I don't think so. I think the greatest risk is people in our party fighting amongst themselves.
If you are offered a job in the government as a minister, would you accept?
I think it depends on the circumstances. It depends on minister for what.
Foreign affairs, let's say.
I have to think very seriously about that.
What did the president tell you so that you trust now this process?
Well, we had a very frank discussion, and we were able to come to an understanding about some of the points. He has made it possible for the NID to be re-registered. I think perhaps you're aware that he did not re-register in 2010 because there were certain parts of the regulations that made it impossible for us to. I hope I have a good personal relationship with him, but I think it is more important that we should have the same political goals in general.
Do you think that the military are still a very powerful player in Burmese politics now?
The military are still a very powerful player, and that's why I wouldn't see for long that there is a major change in the opposite of the government, provided that them with the opportunity to try to real statement to the press all night.
Do you think the process now is unstoppable? The process that happened in Burma is now unstoppable?
No, more development, more achievements forward in the circuit that are really. I don't want to use the word irreversible, because anything is irreversible, but I think we can on this policy, having decided to take on.
I mean, the steps that the government should do.
But